You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the AOLL Sportsman Series live from Daytona International Raceway. Well, I guess it's Speedway. I'll be your host tonight, Larry Patrick. Man, looking forward to a fantastic race from these guys. We're in the Sportsman Series, which generally offers some of the best racing that AOL has to offer, as we will be here. We've got a field of almost 35 vehicles, trucks tonight, so we look forward to it as we take a look at Dan Witt right now on the track. And we're switching over. Take a quick switch over right now. We're going to take a look here. This is Justin Anderson driving the number 73 Chevrolet. I do apologize. I'm trying to make sure that all my audio and everything is good. As some new programs working here tonight. We look forward to it. I will be your sole broadcaster tonight. Next week, I will have the luxury as not in his broadcasting debut by any means, but for the Sportsman, I'll be joined by Carl Henderson, who will start calling Wednesday nights from me. This will be his last race. He didn't want to miss out on Daytona, which we kind of talked about, and he felt that he definitely wanted to catch this last race. Right now, as they are coming in, currently your pole sitter, William Klingbeil, followed by Marshall Hall, as we're looking at Marshall Hall. In third, Rick Kohler. Fourth, Joe Dinsmore. And in fifth, Adam Wood. We'll definitely have a huge field here tonight. We've got a bunch of guys either just coming onto the field. We're taking a look here at the number 12, Randy Pepper, another broadcaster here at Ghostfire Media. We look forward. He's been running very well lately. We hope to start seeing him getting some W's. I want to point out, looks like he's running the Jurassic World paint scheme, and my kids would absolutely love that. Well, can't exactly see what it says there on the front of his truck, but my kids absolutely love Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, and dinosaurs. They'd love that paint scheme right there. Josh Hanner, though, he's currently off the track, but he just come in as your pole setter. And Kevin Haas now, he comes in second. William Klingbeil falls back to third. Joe Dinsmore running now in fourth. As we're taking a look, that's the 18 of Josh Lassen still on the track. He's currently sitting fifth position. Quick disclaimer, I apologize if you hear any creak or anything like that. I got a terrible seat here, and it creaks a lot. Eventually, I will be replacing it, but I've been doing a lot of upgrades elsewhere. So it's for the podcast and the broadcast, and for my own personal racing, as I just went VR. All right, let's see what we still have out here. Making laps. Chris Oliver just finishing up. David DeParis, we see he went around. Randy Pepper's still out on the track. We'll take a look. Harvey Abrams, man, we appreciate it. Shooting a little love towards Adam Wood, a.k.a. The Woo. He looks to have a strong race here tonight. Well, looks like we are done qualifying as they are starting to grid up. Let's take a look at our starting lineup. In first, Josh Hanner. Second, Kevin Haas. Third, William Klingbeil. Fourth, Joe Dinsmore. Fifth, Sean Carmody. Sixth, Josh Laston. Seventh, Adam Wood. Eighth, Ross Gage. Ninth, Marshall Hall. 10th, Justin Anderson. And 11th, newcomer Brian McPherson. And 12th, Rick Kohler. I do apologize that I have to figure out exactly how we move here. And there we are. And 13th, Brian Tiffany. 14th, Carl Henderson. 15th, Blake Gordon. 16th, Dan Shirley. And 17th, Andrew Burgess. 18th, Brandon Bernhardt. And 19th, John Gordon. And 20th, Ed Springer of Palmetto Racing. 21st, we got Donald Warkey. 22nd, Blake Zeedy. And 23rd, Christopher Oliver. 24th, Dan Witt. And 25th, Stephen Dominy. And 26th, Greg Juice. We're just going to call him Juice because I don't want to butcher the poor man's last name. It's like Giricek. Yep. Juice. And 27th, Nick Adams. 28th, Tim St. Jean. And 29th, Mike Burgess. 30th, Gary Winters. And 31st, we have Travis Trevelyan. And 32nd, David DeParis. And rounding out your your field, and 33rd, Randy Pepper. Well, we look forward to having a great race here tonight. Yeah, Johnny, 33 drivers should make for some exciting racing. We like to think because now we're going to be broadcasting here on Ghost Fire Media, the truck series, that we had an effect on this, but I really don't think it is. I think everybody just really loves Daytona. And these trucks are fantastic to drive. I do apologize. Any small little issues I may have tonight. Again, brand new setup here. If you caught one of the last races on Tuesday nights, the guys were getting acclimated here to our new scoring and timing and everything else, our overlays and everything. And it's definitely a wild setup, but should make for some great broadcasting once we get the hang of this. As the pace car now leaves the track, Josh Hanner will lead us to the green flag. And green flag, we are racing here at Daytona International Speedway. Josh Hanner getting a little bit of a drive, he pulls William Klingbeil. He will get out there, stick his nose out front as they come through turn 2. Side by side, you could pretty much look through the entire field as they are running side by side. Josh Hanner getting a big push from William Klingbeil there in the 83, pushing down the backstretch, heading down into turn 3. Klingbeil takes a little look on the outside. Will he maybe try to go to the outside? No, he won't. I think its best interest right now is just to hang out right there, but he will look again. Will he make the move? as they come across the stripe, leading the first lap here tonight at Daytona. Joshua Hanner of Closed Circuit Racing. That top line now really starting to make a push as they come down into turn 1, heading around into turn 2. They're side by side. Kevin Haas leading that second group. As they shoot down the backstretch, he's going to get a monstrous push here by the 95 of Joe Dinsmore. And just as much of a push Joe Dinsmore is going to give, you see William Clean-Bill all over the back of the 47, pushing him down into turn 3, heading down into turn 4. As you see, almost the entire field right now, side by side, coming through, and Josh Hanner will lead the second lap once here at Daytona. As these guys are side by side, coming down into turn 1, heading through turn 2. It'll be interesting to see how well this second line here, as you see, they are not going into one line. They are sticking with 2 lines, and they're running right next to each other. This will create some great racing, but everybody seems very calm right now. Very composed as they just keep each other, keep running side by side. Oh, and William Clean-Bill, we see him take a jump there to the outside. He will jump in front of the 3, but the 3 going to look on the outside of him as he's now ducks behind William Clean-Bill, as Clean-Bill will try to get the push to take over the lead. That'll allow the number 40 of Sean Carmody pull up behind the 47 of Joshua Hanner and start giving him a push. As you see, a little gap opens up. Josh Hanner looks a little bit high, but he's going to go way low. As now we got a little bit, but we are under caution. As we take a quick look as looks like the 19 gets around, causing a little bit of an incident. That's going to bring out the first caution here tonight. Let's see if we could take a little better look at that one. As you see, there's the 19. He goes down, gets into the back. I believe that was the 7, and then got turned around to bring out the first caution of the night. Yeah, we are back live here. Daytona Raceway. Rick Warkey, he's calling 8 cautions tonight, 15 laps under caution. We'll see how that breaks down. As let's take a quick break here and hear from our sponsor.
For 20 years, the Guitar Attic has been your home for used and vintage guitars in the Daytona Beach area and at GuitarAttic.com. The Guitar Attic is your home for used and vintage guitars. Whether you're looking for that collector's piece or that beginner piece, they've got you covered. With names like Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, and much, much more, the Guitar Attic has all the guitars you need. And bass players, they haven't forgot about you. They've got all the top names. Amplifiers from Friedman, Victoria, Fender, Boss, and many, many more. They also have the largest selection of used pedals anywhere in the Southeast. The Guitar Attic, located at 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flomish in Holly Hill, Florida. Also, check us out online at GuitarAttic.com.
And we are back as these cars still under pace. Hey, Johnny, I was hoping you'd like that. It's a little something that we worked on. I had Randy put together, kind of break up the monotony of having to hear us. So, nice little commercial to show off the sponsorships out there. Reading the comments, Rick, I completely agree. I love these big super speedways. It definitely leads to some great racing. You're going to have them, obviously, right behind each other, and it brings out that being that close, going that fast is just absolutely amazing. And yeah, we all look forward to that big one that we know is eventually going to happen, but we'll have to wait and see. As we're taking a look, William Clean Beal, obviously at the time a caution came out, he was scored ahead of Joshua Hanner, so he is your new leader. Right, sorry about that. Had to check the old phone. I'm not driving. I'm allowed to check my cell phone on occasions. Don't let my boss hear that. He may fire me. And by boss, I mean Adam Wood. But right now, we're sitting under caution. First caution of the night here at Daytona Speedway. Guys now starting to line up 2 by 2 as we are heading to go back green flag racing. So, as I stated earlier, this is the only week that you will have to hear me by myself calling one of these Wednesday night races. I've elected to sit out the remainder of the Wednesday season here at the Sportsman. I didn't do much racing in it. It's funny because I actually wasn't doing much racing to spend more time with the family, so I didn't have to hear the wife gripe and complain. And yes, I said wipe, same. But here we are calling the race on Wednesday night. Next week I'll be joined by the great Carl Henderson, so really look forward to that. As the trucks come around out of turn 4, pace car will jump off and we will go back to green flag racing. At green flag, we are back racing here at Daytona Speedway. We had a couple cars lag there, just a little bit on, behind. That's the 28, 30, and 31 as they are slowly catching the field. Hopefully they don't lose this draft. As you see, for the most part, the field side by side. Once again, coming out of turn 2 as they head down the back stretch. Trucks head into turn 3. William Clean Beal leading the field here as they come out of turn 4, heading down the front stretch to take another lap. Lap 8 of 60. And I believe Josh Hanner may have actually pulled that one out there. Yes, Josh Hanner was able to take the lead. He scoots down to that low line, gets in front of William Clean Beal. Now he'll have Clean Beal to push him once again as the top line, led by Sean Carmody, looks to get something going here as you got the number 1 of Marshall Hall pushing him as they look to go to the front here, heading down into turn 3, and they will make it. That top line really worked. As now Sean Carmody looks to go down in front of Joshua Hanner. Just behind the number 1 of Marshall Hall, you have the 22 of Rick Cooler, the teammates there at a First Response Racing. So these guys will really look to work together, but it'll beg the question, will these guys, if Marshall can take the lead here over Sean Carmody, will he stay with his teammate or will he jump to that low line? Side-by-side racing as these guys are coming out of turn 2. You could pretty much, as far as you could see, going back there. But as the top line starts to fall off a little bit here, can they make a run? As William Klingbeil now shoots to the outside as he gets a run on the 47 of Joshua Hanner. Heading over into turn 3, they're side-by-side. Klingbeil trying to get a little bit of a side draft. He's going to fall back just a little bit, but here comes helping the number 1 of Marshall Hall, as caution comes back out here at Daytona. And as you seen it right there, that was a big wreck. Rick, I think that was the wreck you were calling for, my friend. Monstrous wreck. Let's see if we can take a better look. Let's go into our blimp view. Take a little better look here to see what happened. So we're taking a look. Blake gets a monstrous run. He jumps at mid-line and creates essentially a third line. Gets into the 22. Creates a massive pileup. And as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Approximately about 12 trucks involved. Some of the big names of Joe Dinsmore as well as Blake Gordon. Not to mention the 73. As right now, the 73 is not even showing on my timing and scoring. We'll have to see where he went. There he is, Justin Anderson. So a lot of vehicles, a lot of trucks involved. Monstrous wreck. As we come back, as we see trucks going down into the pits. And we have a new leader in Nick Adams, the number 30. Ian Mason throws out a little love to Joe Dinsmore. Ian, we appreciate having you here tonight, as well as CT Corbett. We appreciate everybody joining, whether it be from YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. Guys, if you like what you guys get to receive, please share, like the pages. That way we can continue to grow. As we grow, we add in more stuff. As you see, everything is changed when it comes to our broadcasting, whether it be from the tickers or anything like that. As we start seeing now, Nick comes in to the pits here, probably stayed out, lead a lap, grabbing some championship points, and then he'll come into the pits and take his pit stop. That'll put your new leader, the number 47, of Joshua Hanner. And in second, Josh Laston, his teammate, as closed circuit runs 1-2 right now on the track. So far has been some very exciting racing. An unfortunate, monstrous wreck there. Involved with a lot of good trucks, but as we see, there's the 73, Justin Anderson. He was involved, but here he is up front. That is the nice part of having fast repairs, as the fast repairs allow these guys. Now, obviously, these guys will run out of them, so they don't want to run on them too much there. Great shot there of the back of the 18, Josh Laston, as you get to see the look there of Carl, our teammate Carl Henderson, as he looks like Forrest Gump when Forrest Gump had a beard. Ian, I'm 100% positive we have not seen the last of Joe Dinsmore. Definitely one of the faster racers here in the league. I'm sure he will claw his way back up and be there at the end. As pace car dips off, the 47 Joshua Hanner will lead us to the green flag as we are back racing. I believe that was Josh Laston. As they head down into turn 1, they run side by side as once again these trucks a little spread out from the caution there from these guys going into the pits. As they head down the back stretch, 2 lines right now. Joshua Hanner showing as your leader, followed by Josh Laston, William Kling-Beal. As that top line really gets moving, Sean Carmody. As you see, there comes the 45 of Adam Wood, the 73 of Justin Anderson, all peaking here. And we have the number 1 of Marshall Hall, they're third in the low line. Continue to run side by side, heading down into turn 1. As they come through turn 1, heading into turn 2. We're seeing some great racing as these guys side by side coming down the backstretch. One thing I'll say is you have closed circuit as now Joshua Hanner gets a push and he will jump in front of his teammate, the 18 of Josh Laston, and that's going to put the teammates together here on that low line, being pushed by one Endeavor and one First Response Racing. But here comes William Kling-Beal, that top line looking very strong as Adam Wood pushing the 83 of William Kling-Beal as they come through the front stretch heading down into turn 1. Kling-Beal's got a little bit of a nose there on Joshua Hanner. As they come out of turn 2, Joshua Hanner jumps up in front of William Kling-Beal to make sure that he could stop any big run that top line might get. And he comes back down to pull his teammate, the 18 of Josh Laston, down into turn 3. Great racing going on through the entire field. Unfortunately, the 31, he's really off the pace, not in the draft. If you lose the draft here at Daytona, you're a sit and duck. 17 of 60 laps completed here at Daytona. Great racing, as you can see almost the entire field side by side heading into turn 1 here on lap 17. You see the 83, he's looking very strong here. Really making that high lines looking very good. It's nice to see 2 lines look like it really works here at Daytona. Joe Dinsmore getting a lot of love out of there. Paige saying, "Go, Dad." And Ian rooting on Joe, hoping that he can at least fight his way back there in top 20. While we'll talk about him, we will take a look at him right now. Joe right now showing in 24th position, 21st position. As right now these guys are running side by side as Joe Dinsmore looks to fight his way back up to get towards the top of this field. And we come back up looking up front here. Now closed circuit right now on the top and low line. As Josh Laston now sitting in front of William Kling-Beal here on that top line. And as you see, he's getting a massive push once again as he and Josh Hanner run side by side going across the stripe. we're on board here with Joshua Hanner as he's coming down into turn 1. As you see, the low line gets a little bit of a run here. But here on the backstretch is where that top line really goes. And Adam Wood, he's looking towards that side. But William Klingbeil, he pokes there. As you see, they start to sprawl 3 wide as they are heading down into turn 3. Adam Wood stuck there on that outside right by the wall. These guys are 3 wide. We got the 71 looking towards the outside there. Adam right now just wants to jump back in line. And he will get that opportunity, but will he take it? No, the 71 now looks like he's giving him a little bit of a push as Adam may jump right here now. No, he scrapes the wall. Adam Wood right now falling back here on that top side. A massive gap right there is going to allow Adam to come down and get in front. I believe that is Chris Oliver that he was able to get in front of. As we come back to the front of the field, William Klingbeil, he's right now got that leader of that high line, followed by Josh Laston. And they're all getting a push from the 73 of Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson involved in that incident earlier, working his way back up right now, looking to be in about 6th position. And there goes that top line once again, as now we've pretty much got 2 groups of cars here. As you see your lead pack really starting to pull away from this second pack. And here is your second pack. It's being led here by the 12 and the 48. That's Randy Pepper and Blake Gordon. Randy now dips off. He looks to be coming down towards pit lane. And we're back up front here taking a look at our leaders as they're still running side by side. But again, now with this field kind of breaking up just a little bit, gives them a little bit more cushion to be able to work around. As you see now, the top line, they're going to leave 83 of William Klingbeil out to dry, as now they're 3 wide heading into turn 3. William Klingbeil going to try to be loner right here, try to make this mid-line work. But nobody's going with them. Everybody's sitting in that high line as Josh Laston. Oh, William Klingbeil just hit the 73, who hits Adam Wood. That's going to be a chain effect there. And Adam Wood stuck on the wall. As caution comes out. Well, unfortunately, everything didn't register as quick as it happened. So we're going to rewind here and take a look at everything that just happened. And we're going to go to the blimp view. And as you see, they were 3 wide here. As William Klingbeil, he's going to come down, touch Josh Hanner, hit the 73, who bounces back, hits Adam Wood, catches the 77. And that's going to start the massive. It takes out the 3. And the 16 gets in the 45. He hits the 50, goes shooting down, and then gets hung up on the wall. As caution back out here at Daytona. And that'll make your leader Josh Laston. As let's take a timeout. and hear from our sponsors.
For 20 years, the Guitar Attic has been your home for used and vintage guitars in the Daytona Beach area and at GuitarAddict.com. The Guitar Attic is your home for used and vintage guitars. Whether you're looking for that collector's piece or that beginner piece, they've got you covered. With names like Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, and much, much more, the Guitar Attic has all the guitars you need. And bass players, they haven't forgot about you. They've got all the top names. Amplifiers from Friedman, Victoria, Fender, Boss, and many, many more. They also have the largest selection of used pedals anywhere in the Southeast. The Guitar Attic, located at 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flomish in Holly Hill, Florida. Also, check us out online at GuitarAddict.com.
And we're back as these guys taking pit stops here. Josh Hanner able to beat his teammate Josh Laston out of the pits. But we are showing a new leader, John Gordon. I didn't think that was right. My timing and scoring looks just a tad off on my end. I believe it may be Blake Gordon. Rick says 3 of 8. Keep the gas tank full on the pace car. It's going to need it. We hope not. You are correct. This is caution 3 of 8. Well, I said 3. See, look, you got me saying 8. It is caution number 3 as this is going to bunch the field back up. And I don't believe that we're going to see that adage of cautions breed cautions. But yes, John was our leader, showing us our current leader. As you see, he jumped down. And he's going to look to come in, get some fuel, and get back out on the track. And that'll make our new leader, Joshua Hanner. He's been running up front all night here. As we see the number 6 get the wave around, he will grab the lucky dog. I want to take just a quick moment here and just I want to thank the team here at Ghostfire Media. All the guys just put in a ton of hard work. Randy really coming through with all the music that you hear when we play music. Adam, Carl, Josh, Nick, Chris, all these guys, man, they've all added something to what happens here. You know, with the new tickers and some of the funding aspect, and just trying to find a way to constantly improve the experience for you guys out there. So I want to say thank you to them, and really helping this whole channel grow. And we are back to green flag racing as Josh Hanner gets a massive jump that allows his partner 18 of Josh Lasted to jump down behind him as we head down into turn 1. As much as a gap these guys have right now, that will close up real quick as these guys come through here. And we're going to take a moment here to listen to the sights and sounds that Daytona Raceway has to offer. And caution is back out on the track. As we take a look here, the 26 looks like he gets turned. Let's see if we could take a rewind, get a better view at what happened. As the 26 gets a little touch, but then he gets hooked and spun by the 30. Catches the 45 of Adam Wood, the 7, Brian Tiffany, and the 6. Of Tim St. Jean. Some rough nights for these guys. And here we are back under caution. Well, I get it, man. Let's try to pull somebody in and talk to somebody. Hopefully somebody that's having a decent night. Hey, Josh, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Which Josh?
Josh Hanner.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you're looking good out there tonight. Looking really strong. What do you attribute that to?
I've got a lot of restrictor plate experience. I've probably the bulk of what I've done on iRacing in the 8 years or 5 years, whatever I've been on here. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You got your teammate there, Josh Laston, not too far behind. Is there been any talks of trying to keep you guys together? I see that from time to time. You guys jump to the outside, possibly to just as a team hold those two lines.
Yeah, we're trying to work together and control the lanes as much as possible. If we get separated, we'll try to figure out how to get back together. Josh has got a little bit of damage on the nose. We're trying to tuck that behind someone as much as we can as well.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck to you out there, and enjoy the racing.
Thank you.
Josh Hanner, the 47 of Closed Circuit Racing. Rick, you're absolutely right. There's been some really good racing going through the field, honestly, and the 3 wides and stuff like that. I know that these guys probably want to keep those 3 wides to a minimum just at this point. This, still technically kind of early in this race, but overall, this has been a decent race as Daytona here winding down. I do lose my train of thought from time to time. This is generally where Randy helps me out, and not lucky enough to have him here with me tonight. As the pace car's lights are off, these guys are lining up. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing here from Daytona. It's just a monstrous field out there here tonight. 33 trucks. It is wonderful having this many trucks on one track. Guys, while we got a second, if catch the broadcast tomorrow night, Thursday night, Turtles TNT, brought to you by the Guitar Attic. Kickoff starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Myself, Randy in the booth. Should be lots of fun as we hope to see a little less cautions, a little more green flag laps, and the ARCA cars as the TNT, the beginner division, breeds these guys to come up through the trucks and to the cup. Offer some great racing as these guys are just getting used to those ARCA cars. Pace car is off the track. We're going back green flag racing. And green flag, here we go. As you see the field pretty much side by side heading into turn 3. Your leader, Josh Hanner, getting a nice push there from the 18, Josh Laston. As we see the 48 of Blake Gordon, he's working his way back up, starting to push that low line. Just there on the outside, Dan Shirley in the 49, getting a nice push from the 83, William Kling Beal, who's getting a push from Marshall Hall. This low line just gets a little bit of a run here, heading down that backstretch. But as we've seen all night long, that top line will eventually come around and it will start grabbing some monstrous runs as these guys are heading into turn 4. As we come down the front stretch, majority of this field is side by side. Excuse me. As we come down into turn 1, closed circuit owning that bottom line. As you heard Josh Hanner state, they're trying to work together to keep basically control of both lines. As we are over halfway through lap 34 of 60 completed, or excuse me, 33 of 60 completed here at Daytona. We're on lap 34. This should make for a great finish here tonight. 26 laps to go. Again, both lines working so fantastic that it's going to really take a monstrous push from your teammate for us to get the winner. Now, these guys have been trying to be patient, so be aware that as these laps tick down, start seeing guys looking again for that third line. I do expect these guys to go 3 wide once again. As Blake giving the closed circuit racing boys a massive push as they come across the stripe. Ian, hey man, absolutely, I will gladly interview Joe. I love talking to Joe. We would be glad to pull him in no matter where he places tonight. See Josh Hanner. Oh, and wreck. That's William Kling Beal on his lid. A huge wreck here. And my rewind just didn't go far back enough. Another blimp view. As he gets a push from Marshall Hall, gets him loose, comes down into Blake Gordon. And a ton of the field, oh man, just gets collected. Rick, I'm going to go on and venture here and say I believe that caution right there may have been one of the big ones. That was huge. A lot of trucks taken out in that one. Yeah, Rick, I completely agree. That could arguably be the big one. Unfortunate for your brother, the number 5, Don Warkey. Hopefully, we'll see some of these guys still have some of their fast repairs. Get their fast repair in, get back on the track, and get back to racing here. As right now, timing and scoring showing Rick Cooler. It looks like he may be the first person to lap down. On the lead lap. As these guys come in for a pit stop here. Looks like we have a couple that may have stayed out. Yeah, showing Justin Anderson, your new leader, followed by Joe Dinsmore in the number 95. Once again, let's go ahead. Let's hear from our sponsor one more time.
For 20 years, the Guitar Attic has been your home for used and vintage guitars in the Daytona Beach area and at GuitarAddict.com. The Guitar Attic is your home for used and vintage guitars. Whether you're looking for that collector's piece or that beginner piece, they've got you covered. With names like Fender, Gibson, Gretsch, Ibanez, Martin, Taylor, and much, much more, the Guitar Attic has all the guitars you need. And bass players, they haven't forgot about you. They've got all the top names. Amplifiers from Friedman, Victoria, Fender, Boss, and many, many more. They also have the largest selection of used pedals anywhere in the Southeast. The Guitar Attic, located at 1672.5 Ridgewood Avenue, just north of Flemish in Holly Hill, Florida. Also, check us out online at GuitarAddict.com.
And we're back. And if you guys can't tell, I absolutely love this new little commercial thing because definitely fills in time for me when I'm by myself. As the pace car lights appear to be off once again, these guys are going to start lining back up. Your new leader, the 73 of Justin Anderson, followed by the 95 of Joe Dinsmore. Just behind them, you have Josh Hanner, followed by Josh Laston, Ed Springer, Dan Shirley, Blake Gorn, Sean Carmody, Carl Henderson in 9th, and Chris Oliver showing as your top 10. As you see there on the scoring, Nick Adams, your last driver on the lead lap. Tim St. Jean a lap down. Rick Cooler lap down. 2 laps down. Marshall Hall 3 laps down. Don Warkey 3. Adam Wood 5. Brian Tiffany 11. Mike Burgess 17. And Randy Pepper 17. Juice 19. And David DePera showing 34 laps down. That is a rough night here at Daytona. Beautiful Daytona Raceway. As Randy would say, from the Sunshine State. Randy, if you can't tell, I miss you, dude. And we are back. Green flag racing. Now, the partners, the 73 of Justin Anderson getting a push from his partner, the 95 of Joe Dinsmore as they come out of turn 2. Steel Horse Racing now leading 1-2 as the high line starts to try to make a pull. Not as many trucks are on the high line, only 4 of them. Josh Laston falling back. As now these guys are starting to show one line. As Joe takes a look on the outside of his teammate, the 73, but thinks differently of it. Here comes the big red, the number 99 Guitar Addict of Dan Witt. Jumps to the outside as they're going to try to look just to make that second line. As you see, truck starting to split out and go with Dan. And we should see a second line build up there. As the 95 giving the 73 a massive push heading down into turn 3. But you just see Blake Gordon and the 99 at Dan Witt lurking there up top in that high line coming out of turn 4 as they come through the tri-oval and come across the stripe. That high line is coming. It's coming in a hurry right now as these guys side by side. Dan Witt, he is side by side with your leader, the 73, Justin Anderson, heading into turn 1. As they come through turn 2, the bottom line starts to make a little bit of a push as they will create a little bit of a gap between the 95 and the 73 as they head down that backstretch. 19 laps to go here at Daytona as we are back side by side racing. As they come through turn 3, as you see the entire remaining of the field side by side coming out of turn 4. So far, some fantastic racing with 18 laps to go. I suspect I give it about another 8 to maybe 10 laps, and we'll start seeing some guys peeking to make a third line as they want to get up towards the front with the laps as they start winding down. You see how close the 95 and 99 get. That's side drafting right there as they work with a little bit of a side draft to try to pull themselves even faster. As the 95, Joe Dinsmore, he is all over the back of the 73, pushing him up. As Joe now slides to the outside, Josh Hanner's going to look to fill that gap there on that low line, and Joe Dinsmore making a run for the lead. The 95 getting a big push by the 99 as they come through turn 2, coming down the backstretch. Blake Gordon jumped down to that low line, but you got the 3 of Kevin Haas. He's looking to push the 99 and the 95. Josh Hanner makes a great push on the 73. Justin Anderson as they come into turn 3, but now there goes the 3 of Kevin Haas. He looks to the inside. He comes down to that low line, and there goes the 99. And that should bring out the caution. It does not appear that it's going to. No caution has flown. 16 laps to go. Josh Hanner now makes it to that low line, but Steel Horse Racing are 1-2 in that top line as they push each other down the backstretch. Well, they get a good enough push from Ross Gage that they've now cleared Josh Hanner, and they jump to that low line as Ross Gage looks to try to get in that low line in front of Josh Hanner, but he's not going to be able to make that move. Here comes Travis Trevelyan, the 71. He jumps behind the 16 And right in front of the 48 of Blake Gordon, as these guys come across the stripe, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks. 7 trucks there on that low line, and only about 4 trucks there on the high line. As you see your top 3 right now, Justin Anderson, Joe Dinsmore, and Josh Hanner really pushing each other coming through turn 1 and 2. But Josh Hanner comes to the outside now as he and Joe do a little bit of side drafting. As these guys come through turn 3, coming out of turn 4. Side drafting going everywhere. Josh Hanner and the 16 of Ed Springer really working on each other there with some side drafting. 14 laps to go. 14 to go here at Daytona Speedway. Your 1-2 Steel Horse Racing of Joe Dinsmore and Justin Anderson. Joe really giving Justin a great push as he looks like he's just poking his truck out there. May try to keep that nose clean just a little bit to make sure he has no overheating issues with 14 to go. Ross Gage pulls on the backside of the 47 of Joshua Hanner there on the top line. Now you're starting to see there the top line, it's starting to build back up. That's going to allow that top line to get that draft again and hopefully make a run here near the end of this race with 13 laps to go. 13 to go. We should start seeing here within about the next 5 laps or so, guys starting to make some more moves. Crazy that we've seen the 99 get slammed and turned down into the pits. Unfortunate for him because no caution came out. Did not help his cause. And here goes the 73, the 95, the 16, and the 48 as they all come into the pits. I'm going to assume these guys are coming in to get fuel and get back on the track. There goes Blake. The 73, the 95, and the 16 all received their fuel, getting back on the track. But that means your new leader, the 47 of Joshua Hanner. But caution comes out. Caution is out here at Daytona. We take a look, see what happened here. As the 31 and the 3 get into each other, the 3 goes flying into the... As the 31 looks like he just come down into the 3, sends him spinning. You hate it for Carl Henderson here. His last race this weekend. This week in the Truck Series. As he will leave to come up to the booth to call the races with me here on Wednesday nights. With the guys in the 95 and them taking pit stops, it'll be interesting as, yes, here comes Josh Hanner. So these guys are going to come down to the pits. This is really going to work out for the guys that did pit in Joe Dinsmore and Blake Gordon, as these guys should be able to stay out and gain track position. And here they are. They're staying out. That is going to allow them to grab the track position and get right back up front. As Josh Hanner now, you just see, beats everybody else out of the pits. Right now, your top 10 shows Justin Anderson, Blake Gordon, Joe Dinsmore, Ed Springer, Nick Adams, Joshua Hanner, Ross Gage, Sean Carmody, Dan Shirley, and Gary Winters. The laps winding down here at Daytona Speedway. Nine laps to go. We will have 8 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing. Time and scoring showing 21 of the 33 trucks still on the lead lap. We look for an exciting finish here at Daytona. Pace car is off and we are green flag racing here at Daytona. Your 1, 2, 3, 4 is Justin Anderson, followed by Joe Dinsmore, Blake Gordon, and the 47 of Joshua Hanner. As the top line right now just showing Josh Hanner now goes to that outside. He goes with the 16 of Ed Springer. And the 40 of Sean Carmody, but that'll allow the 30 of Nick Adams to start to gain here on the 48 of Blake Gordon. The outside line starting to build. That's going to allow these guys to catch again this low line as they come across the stripe. Your leader, Justin Anderson, being pushed by the teammate, the number 95 of Joe Dinsmore, with 7 to go. Low line, top 3 working very well together as they open up that gap. That's going to allow Josh Hanner to look back down on the inside as the low line just not able to quite get it going yet, but there goes Joe looking towards that outside. Thinks secondly of it and comes right back down in front of the 48. takes a peek one more time. Josh Hanner now, he looks again. He's going towards the outside. Can Nick close that gap there? And that'll force him to stay on that outside. But look at this. 3 wide as Sean Carmody looks to the outside. Sean Carmody will lose a spot as Josh Laston will get around him. As the outside line once again trying to develop here with 6 laps to go. Once again, now you see Josh Laston. He starts looking towards that outside. Could he think about making it 3 wide? All right, now still 2 by 2 coming out of turn number 4 as they head down the backstretch. This will bring us down 5 laps to go here at Daytona. Josh Hanner, he's really hoping that high line can give him some great push as he tries to make up these spots and get back towards the front once again. Joe Dinsmore, he might be in a little bit of a pickle here. He could look to go to that outside to block Josh Hanner if he gets that gap. And then that'll put Steel Horse Racing 1-2 with both lines. But there it is, Josh Hanner now. He's getting up there, pulling alongside of the number 73, Justin Anderson. They look to go 3 wide again. They think twice of it. Endeavor Racing, the number 40 and 19. Thought about it, thought secondly of it. They jump back into line as right now 4 laps to go. Side by side racing coming out of turn 2, heading down the backstretch. Josh Laston takes that little bit of a peek. He may be just trying to make his truck just wide enough to have options here that if he need be, he can run with the number 40, which in theory wouldn't be bad. As you see the 73, he looks towards that high line again, possibly wanting to control both lines. Right now, if Josh Laston could get a run on the 16 of Ed Springer, he could leave him hanging, go to that outside, and if Endeavor will go with him, Josh Hanner's teammate may shuffle up there too to pull him around the number 16, and then that would give you teammates the 1-2 on the top and low lines. Three laps to go here at Daytona. The race winding down as now you see that low line got a great run, opening up the gap here on that high line as Josh Hanner doing everything he can to try to make it work to get back up there alongside the 73 of Justin Anderson. 2 laps to go. 2 to go. Well, what this did is it allowed Blake to take a look, but look, Blake now looks towards the inside. He's trying to shuffle Joe to the midline, but that's not going to work quite well. Blake didn't go to that high line when he had the opportunity. That allowed Josh Hanner to get back up there. As you see, these guys are running blocks now with 2 to go. Things are going to start getting hairy here as everybody going to be looking to try to make their way to the front. Who tries to go to the front? Who's just patient? Endeavor all over the back, but there it is. The 18, Josh Laston, he gets pushed down, gets turned into the 80. Final lap to go. He and Ross Gage end up at the wall, and they are 3 wide now with Endeavor and Ed Springer. Well, it didn't work out well enough, but that low line, they're going to have enough. That high line's going to have to regroup after losing Josh Laston. That one incident right there is going to cause an issue for that high line. And another wreck. Josh Hanner now involved. the low line. Joe Dinsmore, he takes a look towards that outside, cuts back down. He's now going to that outside line, tries to make a run on his teammate. 3 wide as Blake Gordon, he'll push the 73 across the finish line. Justin Anderson wins, followed by Blake Gordon, Joe Dinsmore. Let's take a look what happened to Josh Hander there. As you see, he gets turned down and spun as he and the 19 come together. Your winner, the 73, Justin Anderson. As we expect a big burnout here from the winner. And let's talk to our second place finisher, Blake Gordon. Hey Blake, man, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Oh yeah, what's up, Larry?
Man, exciting race out there. It looks like you got caught up in an incident there early, but really fought your way back.
Yeah, it just took finding the guys who were safe and consistent, and could hold their line and not overreact to what was going on around them. Man, I felt like early in the race, there's a lot of checkups. I was riding around maybe half throttle. And that's why I made that move I did early. I was like, there's only 3 cars in front of me, yet we're like braking every corner. So I was trying to get up there and get to the guys who I knew I could race with, and we're going to be fast and can hold their own. And I don't know what happened there with me and Rick. Going into the corner, I watched it before I got back on track. It's like our 2 cars kind of got like sucked together, and he went up the track and then turned left back down into my right rear. I don't know. So that was quite unfortunate. Sorry to everyone who burned up a quick repair there. But yeah, glad I was able to claw back to second. My whole goal was just push whoever was up there and finish second. I don't care about the checkered flag here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you were kind of in that low line there. We seen, I believe it was Sean Carmody and John Gordon there in that high line. They kept looking to almost try to make that 3 wide there within about the last 5 laps.
Yeah, that was the goal. In the team chat, they said they kept trying to look 3 wide, and then you know how it is. People cover that move, so you got to like back out of it and whatnot. So they were trying to make something happen. I don't know if they would have gotten up to me if I would have worked with them or not. I was pretty committed to just staying with Joe and Justin because I know those guys. I know they can race here, and I know that was the safest place to be with those 2 up front. So finish was good at least.
Yeah, absolutely, man. A lot of exciting racing. It was a great race, man. Yeah. We look forward to Sunday night.
Yeah, I can't wait for Sunday night at Richmond. Congrats to Justin tonight for the win. That's awesome for him. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on Sunday.
Yeah, and a little bit tomorrow night as you admin for TNT.
Richmond again, double Richmond to finish the week. I like it.
Absolutely, man. Have a good night.
You too, Larry. Take care.
As we finish talking to our second place finisher, Blake Gordon. And let's take a look at our finish if I know where it's at and know how to do this. No, I might not. It's championship. Well, apparently I do not. Well, that's all right. There it goes. I have no clue why that just didn't pop up. Your winner, Justin Anderson, followed by Blake Gordon, Joe Dinsmore, Sean Carmody, Nick Adams, Ed Springer, William Klingbeil, Dan Witt, Dan Shirley, and Stephen Domini. Your top 10. Oh, now let's go ahead. Let's pull in our winner, Justin Anderson, from tonight's race. Sorry, technical difficulties. Hey, Justin, man, it's Larry in the booth. You got a copy? Justin Anderson. Believe Justin may have gone bye-bye. Well, Justin, if you're still out there, man, let me know. Well, let's pull Joe now into the Ghostfire Media booth. Hey, Joe, man, it's Larry in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Larry, how's it going?
It's going good, man. Solid race for you, man.
Yeah. Had a heck of a time trying to get up through the field tonight. It was like really an accordion for a little bit. It was an interesting race.
Yeah, absolutely. You got caught up in a couple of incidents there early, but notice that you, Justin, Blake, and I believe it was Ed, all pitted there right before the caution. Really worked out for track position right before that caution.
It did. See, so Blake was just sharing his magical Blake cautions with us tonight.
I just want to point out, you said it, not me.
I'm just telling you what it is.
Yeah. Hey, you know, the funny thing is I want to tell you first off, I believe it is your nephew, Ian.
Yes.
He may be my new favorite person.
Oh, boy. Is he watching tonight? Hello.
He is, and he has thrown a lot of comments. He definitely wanted you in here no matter where you finished. And also, he put a comment and he said, Joe, get Blake out.
Oh.
So possibly my new favorite person. And Rick wants to know why you let Blake pass you.
Oh. Well, when I on that final turn, it was really weird. I was right on Justin, and I was planning on just staying planted. I don't know if you caught that. And Blake went up high a little bit, and then he tucked in behind me. And I looked at it the replay, but when I was in the truck, it was a weird sensation. I knew he wasn't all that close to me, but it pushed me up into Justin. So I needed to back off. That's why you saw me swerve up. And if I didn't do that, I would have taken Justin out completely. And that's no fault to Blake or anything. He wasn't even near me. I think it was just that air pocket that they brought into the simulator, and it just pushed my truck a lot harder than I anticipated. So I hit Justin, and I needed to let up. And yeah, I couldn't get enough of a run. I couldn't get enough momentum back up, and had Blake up by me. So I never let Blake pass me on purpose.
Well, it was a great run from you, man, and we look forward to Sunday night.
Yeah, I really look forward to Sunday night. It's Richmond, and it's a fun track to race. If and I'm hoping that we get some good runs there to suit my driving style.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, congratulations tonight, and hopefully we get to talk to you. Hopefully the guys get to talk to you on Thursday night.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a great night. Thank you very much.
All right, Justin sent a message out there, said he was having some Discord issues. We're going to try him one more time. Hey, Justin, it's Larry in the booth, man. You got a copy? Still no dice there, Justin. Well, it appears that the issues will continue with Justin Anderson. So it doesn't look like we will get the opportunity. Let's see here. Let's try one more time with Justin as we put him in. Justin. I don't think we're going to have any dice. Unfortunately, I don't even see Justin King up Blake. So I don't know. Oh, you were replying to Justin. Yeah, that'll do it. So that was going to do it for us here tonight at Daytona Speedway. We look forward to next week. Carl Henderson will be joining me in the booth once again. Thursday Night Turtles live from actually I don't know where the Turtles are from. Blake, if you want to chime in before I get off here, that'd be Blake said he's going to do the interview for him. He said he would like to my sponsors. Is that English, Blake? Oh, you're right. It is Richmond. Blake, I have a very short memory with just about everything. And apparently Justin said that he wanted to thank Blake Gordon for that great push for the checker flag. We'll just take it as that. But Richmond tomorrow night, TNT Thursday Night Turtles, brought to you by the Guitar Attic. We look forward to it. Myself, Randy Pepper on the call. Sunday night, the Cup guys will be at Richmond. On the call will be Josh Laston and Carl Henderson. And catch the podcast Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As everything, listen to some of the guys talk about the racing and everything else. And most of them talk back, toss back some beverages and just enjoy some good conversation. So catch it all here at Ghostfire Media. I want to say thank you to all the guys at Ghostfire Media making this possible, all the sponsors, and everyone have a wonderful night. Good night from Dave.